Hope Channel, changing lives.
Good evening, and you are welcome to the consulting room. As you have it every Monday at 8 p.m., we come to your homes and then we come and talk about things that are pertinent to your health. We give you all the education. This is, however, a disclaimer. This is not your doctor's advice or a doctor's opinion. It's just for you to know what you are dealing with as you go through your day-to-day activities and how to prevent yourself from getting ill. Yes, we are in a world where we can easily get ill and all of those things. But if you have knowledge, then you'll be better equipped to face even the illness if it should come. And we have a returning guest. Good evening, Dr. Ahia.
Good evening.
I hope you're fine.
I'm doing well.
And I hope today has been okay for you so far.
Yes, the day is good.
As far as we remember, you're a doctor of veterinary medicine.
Yes.
You're a lecturer at Accra Technical University.
Yes.
You're also the CEO for MISVET Services.
Yes, of
Yes.
course.
So for those of us on TikTok, MISVET Services is live on TikTok today. Dr. Ahia is streaming it so that if your TV network is not good, you can always join us on TikTok and still learn from all the things that we'll be talking about today.
Yes.
So I hope you'll be having a very good conversation.
Exactly.
A lot of us, especially those of us here in Ghana, we grew up in rural or peri-urban situations where we were in contact with dogs, cats, fowl. Sometimes, most of the time, we don't even go to the butcher to go and butcher the meat that we eat. We do it at home. So we get into contact with the blood matter and all of those things that pertain to animals. And some people have this perception that the animal that you live with in your house cannot give you any illness. Some people also think that if you've been exposed so many times, then further exposure is not going to cause any issue.
Yeah.
Is this the reality? Is this what will happen if you've been exposed to, say, your dog that you've been living with for 20 years? I think that would be
that's the lifespan.
So what is it? Can the animal that we live with or the animals that we interact with give us anything in the form of a disease?
Yes, of course. And even to add to what you said, there are even beliefs that the cat you are living with can take your disease.
Oh, okay. I haven't heard that.
And die for you. So
The cat will die for you.
yes, of course. Now,
How?
A lot of African homes, something happens to the cat,
Mm-hmm.
and they said, "Oh, the cat took the owner's."
Wow. Why? Oh, yeah, Jesus. Anyway, that's new. I've never heard that.
Yes, that is there in our African, traditional beliefs and cultures. People think that way. But then, in reality, the animals can really make us sick.
Okay.
They can give us diseases.
Diseases, yes.
Yes.
And there's this big word, zoonotic diseases.
Yes.
What
yes.
exactly does it mean?
So zoonotic diseases, or when we say zoonosis, they are diseases we can get from animals.
Okay.
And it's transmissible, let me put it that way, between man and animals.
Oh, okay. So it's a disease that can move from animal to man.
Yes.
What of the other way around?
Yes, it can as well.
Is that one also a zoonotic disease?
It is. So
okay.
If it's a zoonotic disease, it means it can circulate,
okay.
Between the species. And it's amazing to note that about 70% of emerging and re-emerging diseases are zoonotic diseases.
Yeah. The avian flus,
yes,
hantaviruses, Ebola,
Lassa virus,
Lassa.
all that. Yeah.
Recently, there's the one that gives the bumps.
Monkeypox.
Monkeypox.
Yeah.
That one too is from
yeah.
an animal source.
Yeah.
That's actually very true.
Yes, and these are even the big ones that we know of. There are others that we have not heard of, and people are battling with it.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so it's a serious issue.
Okay, so how exactly would a disease move from an animal to a human? How does it occur?
Yes, so as you described the settings of most Ghanaian homes, and I have pictures of it when we were doing research into some of these things, where you get to a household and the dog is lying here, the cat is there, the goat is also lying somewhere. Yeah,
that's the typical picture for most of us.
Yes.
It's very easy for us to relate to.
Exactly, and then you will see the tripod stand where they cook. It's also there.
Yeah.
Sometimes the dog is lying in it in the morning.
Yes, because it doesn't want to feel too cold.
And then you see a child walking around or sitting there, a baby sitting on the floor around all these animals. So we live in close proximity.
Yes.
And diseases are transmitted via aerosols, even the air we breathe. Yeah.
Okay.
Droplets. That is why COVID, we were wearing masks.
The masks, yeah.
And then we have the physical contact with body fluids of the animal, like blood, like fecal matter, urine, and all the things, even the fur.
The hair, the shavings.
Yes, it can be a source of, disease.
Okay.
So we live in close proximity with them.
So does it mean that once I am in contact with the animal, I'm at risk?
Not at all.
Okay, please explain, because now some of us are getting scared.
Yeah, not at all. So if you are in contact with a healthy animal, the risk of getting any disease from that animal is to a large extent reduced.
What exactly is a healthy animal?
Okay, so a healthy animal is an animal that you have been calling the vet to check.
So if the vet has not been checking, then probably it's not too healthy. You may
not know whether that animal is healthy or not.
Okay.
But and that's on the lighter note, but there are signs you can use to see that, this animal is obviously sick. Even though that will not be the whole picture, you can see clearly that, this animal is eating well, there is no diarrhea, there's no emaciation, it's not sneezing.
So anything that would happen to a human and we would say the person is not sick.
Yeah.
We would say a person is sick.
Yeah. If
the same thing should be happening to the animal,
you should know that the animal is sick.
Okay.
But that will not be the full picture, because we even have some diseases that will not show. And this is the danger. There are some of the diseases that are, let me say, the organisms that causes disease in man are normal commensals.
So to the animal, it's
okay.
It's supposed to be on the animal.
It's
not going to cause any issue.
At all. So you may not see it. Their immune system is able to suppress it, and they are okay with it. But immediately it crosses over to the human species, it causes problems.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and that is the danger of it.
Okay, so is it only the domestic ones, like I previously mentioned, the dogs, the cats, the goats, sometimes the cow, the cattle? Are these the only animals that can give us diseases? Especially the dog.
Yeah.
Because you have a dog in almost all the households.
So immediately we mentioned dog, the word rabies comes to mind.
Yeah.
But it's not just rabies that the dog can transmit to humans. In fact, because we are in close proximity with them, the ones you mentioned, we would say that the risk is high there. But I would say that the risk is even much higher in wildlife, because they are not fully studied.
Yeah, who would want to go and chase a lion and see what's wrong with the lion?
They are not fully studied. And also the rodents, the mice, the rats, their urine can be very deadly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can give a lot of diseases like leptospira and things like that.
Are these diseases actually common in Ghana?
Yes, they are.
How common? How so?
Yeah, so you look at the bacterial infections, for instance, that you normally deal with in the hospital.
Yeah.
Let's just take a very common one like salmonella, the one that gives the typhoid. We get it from animals a lot.
Okay.
Yes, bacterial infections, we get them from animals. And the danger is that it could even be resistant to a lot of the antibiotics.
Because it hasn't been studied particularly
in humans. And they are very common. Most of the times, they are missed. And so we don't have it in the database.
Okay.
So most of the common zoonotic diseases are missed at the hospital. You are a medic.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times you add that to your history taking.
Well, so we take some history to know your social settings and all of that.
Of course,
so. But even when we get to know that this could be the contributory factor, to test and validate it, it's a bit dicey. We are yet to get there.
Exactly.
We are getting there small.
Yeah, sure. I can relate to that. And then, so in most of the research works, you will realize that most of the zoonotic diseases are missed when it comes to diagnosis. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting, but sad to know.
Yeah.
What are some of the common ones we deal with? You mentioned rabies. That one we all know that most of the time it's a dog that will give us rabies. But what are some of the other common ones here in Ghana that we deal with?
The most common one I would talk about is worm infestation.
Worm?
Yeah.
In Sunsun? How?
Very common. Very common for a human to get worm infestation from animals we live with, because they share the eggs through their fecal matter.
Yes.
And so if you live in close proximity with them, you get it. And you go to the rural areas, the children are just playing around with it, and you see a child's stomach very big.
Yeah.
If you do a test, you will realize that there could be a lot of worms. So worm infestation is number one when it comes to some of these zoonotic diseases. And then we talk about leptospirosis, a bacterial disease from rodents.
Yeah.
So I remember when we were doing this course, the advice goes to those who sell at the supermarket. You buy your, what do you call it? Fast food, let's say tinapa or
the
sardine, tin foods, you really have to clean it properly, the top.
Because there could be some spores on there.
Yes, because sometimes you enter some of these shops and they are not able to control some of these animals like rats, rodents, and their urine carries this leptospira I'm talking about.
Okay.
You see, so they urinate on some of these things. You pick it, you just open it.
And then it goes into it, and then you consume it. Most of the time, we don't cook these ready-to-go foods.
Yes,
we just open it.
Just, you can add sardine to your kinky.
Yeah, well, how many of us will heat the sardine
no,
after?
Normally not. Yeah. So you need to clean. You can even disinfect the top of that.
But they'll say, oh yeah, here. Anyway.
Yes. And that's my name though, but different meaning. Yeah, so these are things that we need to, look at carefully.
What about, are there any zoonosis or zoonotic diseases that we haven't really thought of it that this could be from a zoonotic disease?
Yeah, I would say that one of the things that we mostly missed, and when I was doing this course again, my lecturer mentioned one thing. There's a disease we get from birds, wild birds, especially parrots, right? It's called psittacosis, right? It's a bacterial disease. It will present as a common cold and sometimes pneumonia and all that. But it's mostly missed. And so my lecturer was telling me there was one big man who was having this cold. They would go and come, take antibiotics. They said it's viral infection. You know, viruses cause some of these things. He traveled elsewhere, and then the cold came again. He went to check, and the first question was, "Are you in contact with any bird?" And he said, "Yes, I have 2 parrots." You see, so immediately he has to test for that, and it was positive. Yeah. So some of the common colds, some of the pneumonia cases could be zoonosis, but we may miss it. Some of the fevers too could be zoonosis. One of it is brucella.
Okay.
There's a disease called Brucella abortus, if you look at the name. And it's common in animals. In dogs, for instance, if they get this disease, they will either get spontaneous abortions or they get puppies and they die early. Yeah. In goats, it's there. And then in cattle. And you can get it through the milk. So handlers of sheep, goats, cattle can also get it. Mostly present with undulating fever. Like this fever that will come and go.
You are not when we check your temperature, it's not too high.
Yeah.
But then you are not
fine.
Okay.
You know, something like that. Yes, but if you go into and then unfortunately we don't really test for some of these things, but there are things that are there.
Practicing medicine in this part of the world, it leaves you hanging a lot.
Yeah.
Improvisation and having to think through everything. I'm not saying it's wrong to think through but sometimes it would be more exciting if we could get access to some of the things.
Some of the things.
So we've spoken about zoonotic diseases, what they are not. The common thing, as I said, the commonest disease we think of is rabies in the dog.
Yeah.
What of the cat?
Yeah, so cats can also transmit rabies. And not even just cats. Rodents can also do that.
Oh, rodents can?
Yes, mammals. Yeah, warm-blooded animals. They can all transmit rabies. So if your dogs are chasing rats around, you should be concerned.
Yeah.
You see, because they can easily get rabies from these rats.
And especially if you are not vaccinating them.
Exactly. And then that's a problem.
What about children sleeping with some of these dogs and cats? You see, in our part of the world, it's not too common, but then I think we are starting to learn it.
Yeah.
We have people having their dogs lick them in the face, even eat from the same spoon.
Yeah.
Not just the bowl, they would have lifted it, the food up. This one, the spoon, they spoon feed the dog, and then they also, could that be a source?
So the description I gave earlier, where the children are living in close proximity with these animals, is rural settings. But now there's been a paradigm shift in the urban areas where dogs are becoming part of families, where a child is gifted a puppy as a gift, and this child is going to grow up with the puppy. I wouldn't say it's a very bad thing. It has its advantages, psychologically and everything, but care must be taken. That dog must be healthy. Vaccination must be done, deworming must be done, regular checkups must be done. But even with all this, the exposure to the saliva, licking face and open wounds or cuts should be minimized drastically.
All right. Then I think people should take the cue and call you to come do home service for them, vaccinate them, because it's cheaper to vaccinate.
You can also come to our clinic.
Well, yeah, which is located at Alaji.
Yes.
So please, if you have a child and you have a dog or a cat and you don't want to go all the way looking for a vet, just give the doctor a call and we would be able to connect you to him. So we are going to go for our very first break, and then when we come back, the conversation on zoonosis will continue. Those on Facebook, those on YouTube, those on TikTok Live, do well to send in all your questions, and then we'll be able to have the discussion with you. So stay tuned.
This September, Hope is coming. From September 21st to October 3rd, the Healing Hearts Health Mission is coming to Takoradi Mall and Nigel SDA Hospital, and it's free. Over 5,000 people will receive free general surgeries, eye operations, dental treatments, and many more. Bring your family and friends. Call 0242 316-016 or 0547-196-924 or 0545-083-973 to register for free healthcare. The Healing Hearts Medical Mission is brought to you by Hope Channel Ghana in partnership with United Service to Africa, Nigel Memorial Adventist Hospital, the Adventist Church Ghana, and is supported by the Adventist Heritage Cooperative Fund, the Advent Press, and the Western Regional Coordinating Council media partners Spice FM, Beach FM, and Sky FM. Healing Hearts Health Mission, Takoradi 2026, because every life deserves love and healing. Hope starts here.
Welcome back to the consulting room. We have some of you watching us on TV. We have some of you watching us on YouTube, on Facebook Live, and also on TikTok on Dr. Michael's business page, Mishvet Services. If you have any questions, do well to send them in. You can text them to us. There's a number on the screen for those of you watching us on TV. You can text it to us and then your concerns would be addressed. So we were talking about having dogs and cats in the house. Yeah. We didn't really delve so much into the cat bit. Can you go over the parts?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
So apart from the rabies we can get from the cats, pregnant women would have to be careful.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Pregnant women?
Yes.
Careful of cats?
Cats' fecal matter.
Okay.
Yeah, and probably their urine, because they can transmit a certain disease that can cause spontaneous abortions.
Also, yes, especially in the second trimester.
Yes.
And it can cause recurrent loss of pregnancy.
So yeah, care must be taken. We are not saying you should hate cats.
Oh. This one day, if I see a black cat, I'll say that.
Oh, please.
Be fearful. Anyway.
Yeah.
So you've said that we should vaccinate our dogs and our cats, or the animals that live with us. We should deworm them. Yeah. If I'm bitten by, I think we've spoken about this, but this is just a reminder. If I'm bitten by a cat, a dog, or I'm scratched, what should I do?
So first, wash with running water and soap.
For how long?
For about 5-10 minutes.
Okay.
Or even 15 minutes maximum is good. You make sure that you reduce whatever organism load, either bacteria or viral load that is there. And then you go to the hospital. You need to talk to a doctor.
Even if my dog has been vaccinated?
Yes, you still have to.
What of the farmers?
Yeah, so I mentioned earlier that farmers are mostly exposed to a lot of diseases because of their farm animals. They are exposed to fecal matter. They are even exposed to sometimes dead animals.
Yes.
Yes, so one of the things, especially when it comes to brucellosis, because it's a reproductive disease, the placenta of an animal, you know, when they give birth.
Yeah, the after
birth.
Yeah.
It is one of the things that can transmit this brucella I'm talking about.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and unfortunately, apart from the undulating fever, it can cause epididymitis or otitis.
Oh, that's inflammation of the things in your scrotum. The men, please, are you listening? If you don't want to have any of the inflammations, please listen to doc.
So infertility is in there.
Yeah.
So some of the infertility problems we have must be looked at carefully.
From the zoonotic.
Yes, farmers who are in contact with these animals.
We have to go and check our farmers, so come to think of it.
Yeah, and then taking unpasteurized milk.
Okay.
The Burkina and the Wagashi and all that.
But it's nice.
It is so.
Anyway.
Yes. So all these things are things that must be looked at. And so the farmers' protective clothing is good.
Example, please. You cannot just give us a broad umbrella.
So overall,
or
overcoats, your boots, and then gloves. Some may not have all these sophisticated apparels that I'm talking about. But if you are going to touch something that is a discharge or a remains of your animal, at least you have to get a barrier between your...
we have, if you don't have gloves, you have these black rubber bags.
Exactly.
You can tie it around your hand
and do it.
Yeah.
It's better than just picking it with your hand, because the things we can get from these animals, some of them we don't even know yet. And
you see, I think even after wearing the makeshift gloves, you need to wash your hands very well.
To wash, very important.
I think one of these days I'll have to teach hand washing on this
on the show.
I will.
Very
so
important.
That we all learn how to keep ourselves safe, because there's some research that if we all practice hand washing, hygiene, a lot of the diseases, the diarrheal diseases would be cut. The incidence would be halved.
Reduced, because we get a lot of things. Our hands are used for a lot of things.
So with the animal, the farm animal and the farmer bit, if my animal was briefly sick, but I killed it in time, or I killed it after it died, and I look at the meat, it's looking okay. It doesn't look like it has any zoonotic disease. What do you want me to do with that too?
So probably the lawyers will say it does not lie in your mouth to say that the animal.
Why? Okay.
It does not lie in your mouth to say that this animal is not having any disease. It's not your place to be able to determine that. In fact, you look at a disease like anthrax. The animal can die certainly. Yeah. When we are listing some of the, what do you call it? Differential diagnosis of diseases that looks like anthrax. Tender is part of it. Tender strike.
Tender strike.
Yes. So you go to a farm and the animal just died all of a sudden. Maybe the next morning, 2 or 3 animals are dead. You are listing your differential diagnosis, anthrax, tender strike, just like that.
Okay.
So it's one of the things that can just kill the animal, right? And so if you see your animal dead, you should be alarmed. You see, you don't just go in and start touching it.
Because you could be, even if your immunity is strong, what's the probability that those around you, your immunity?
And anthrax is very deadly.
Yeah, very.
Very deadly. It forms spores. In fact, an animal dead of anthrax will not even have flies around it.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And I've been told that you are not even supposed to burn the carcass. It's supposed to be buried deep.
Yeah.
But even that one, there's some precautions that have to be taken.
You have to take.
All of that, yeah.
There are people, when the animal dies and the vets are coming around, they'll try to hide it. Because the vet will say that, don't eat this, and they will take it from them. But I'm sure as the education is going, we are making a paradigm shift.
All right. So we've spoken about the big animals. Let's talk about mosquitoes and ticks. If I'm getting malaria, then it means malaria is a zoonotic disease.
Well, not necessarily.
Okay.
These animals are vectors So they are not causing the zoonotic diseases themselves, but they serve as a medium to transmit the zoonotic disease from the animal to man.
Okay.
So there are diseases that we can get from these vectors. Apart from malaria, there are other diseases we get from animals.
Okay.
Even some worms.
Yeah.
From mosquitoes to man. And so we must take care. I mean, ticks are not so common. The diseases that ticks give to in Africa is not so common. The Chagas disease causing some problems, but it's not so common.
But that doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
It happens. It happens. So if you
by the time we make that diagnosis, not the bear
yeah.
If you don't protect yourself, one born who buy and say unya insect bite TB. By the time we be who say
even sleeping sickness, cheche flies, all these flies, they serve as vectors that will actually transmit it. So you are living in the house with the dog, and the dog has a lot of ticks. You look at the compound and you see ticks.
And some more. Let's know some more.
Some more, yeah. And they can also bite humans and take a lot of blood from you. So care must be taken. If we are living with the animals, then they must be healthy. And it goes a long way to make us healthy as well. Yeah.
Okay, so you've mentioned the role the rodents play. That it's their urine that carries the leptospirosis.
Most of the time,
I was hoping that I wouldn't forget it. I didn't.
Yeah, it's leptospirosis.
So you remember about 2 months ago on a Monday where most of us in Accra didn't have to go to work.
Yeah.
Because it was a very sad day. That day I couldn't go on social media because the images were just
very bad.
Very bad. Flooding.
Yeah.
People were exposed. And there was this funny but sad video of a man swimming through the flood waters with his goat on top.
I saw that.
That was a sad video, but it was a funny image.
Yeah.
I think that what I said was probably Aponchino or your video or so. If the goat dies, they will charge him. But that's just the other.
By the way, yeah.
Yes, by the way. So does flooding increase our risk of zoonotic diseases?
Yes, and I would say that flooding increases the risk of a lot more diseases.
Yeah.
But then when we talk about zoonosis, when I mentioned that body fluids and all that, in the flood, all these rodents hiding in the house may die.
Yeah.
You know, and it may be floating in the flood. Their urine, their everything the fecal matter, and even the carcass. And some other animals. So this flood water moving is an ecology.
Dr. Fonia can say anyway, so we should be careful when dealing with the flood waters.
Yes, with the flood waters, you can't just be swimming in it. The NANMO and all those people, they are trained to
and when you look at them, they are wearing long
protective gear because a lot of things can be in that
waterproof things and all of that.
Exactly, you can't just jump into it. And it reminds me in a typical rural African home when it's raining.
Yeah, now you home. Now we go and stand in the rain and be running about.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I did that, but those were fun days.
Yes, not too good, especially when there's a flood or a little bit of water out there. It can be carrying a lot of diseases because of the zoonotic.
Oh, so Doc, you want us to stop running in the rain? Anyway, we just have to be cautious.
Be cautious, Be cautious.
So, what should we do? Before I go to that question, I don't know if you've heard about climate change, environmental change, climate change. Is that another factor that is affecting zoonotic diseases?
Yes, of course. In fact, you look at the environment, and day in, day out, we are approaching these animals in their comfort zones. As population increase, we have human settlement approaching animal settlements. And this goes a long way to cause zoonotic diseases to come to us. Look at bats, for instance. You see trees in town with a lot of bats on them.
And their droppings.
Their droppings is all over. Even 37, previously, before COVID.
There were a lot of bats.
Yes, you pass by and the bats are there. Amazingly, we got COVID from some of these animals, the bats. So climate change is one of the things. And you look at the global warming and all, even this flooding came because of climate change. So for sure, climate change plays a very big role in
so this is something, I don't know how true it is or how factual it is, but people were saying that, you see the two poles, the north and the south pole, they house so much water, and then they've frozen a lot of bacteria, a lot of pathogens in them. So as the ice is thawing,
and then it comes out.
And there's the re-emergence, as you mentioned,
of diseases.
And it's difficult because these are diseases that have been able to withstand extreme cold.
It's difficult to deal with when it enters the human population.
I really hope we do something about that. But we'll do a little bit.
Go into policy and things like that.
So with this zoonosis, in my study, I kept hearing about One Health, and I think the One Health, I've seen a lot of vets going in there. Why are vets particularly interested in zoonotic diseases and the One Health bit and all of that?
Yeah, so basically One Health is a concept where human medics or those in the human health sector, those in the vet sector, and environmental health experts come together and view public health as one entity. So data is shared among these professionals, and it helps to detect and fight diseases. Assuming we have a data on brucellosis in animals in a particular area, if a case of this undulating fever and all these things is coming from there, and you, the medic, you know that this area, it's been reported that there's a lot of issues on brucellosis in their animals, it is easy for you to get the clue of where some of these things are coming from. And the environment too. If we have environmental sanitation, we have all these rodents taken care of, then we are going to make a long, improvement in fighting zoonosis. So it's a concept, and I think it's working well. It's not just on paper. Now a lot more things are being done to help. So when it comes to fight against zoonotic diseases, One Health is one of the concepts that health workers are concerned, and they are going into it. The reason why vets are going into it more, like I mentioned earlier, about 70% to even 75% of diseases. When we say emerging and re-emerging, emerging diseases that we have not seen before. And then re-emerging, the ones that we have fought and we are not seeing it again but are coming back. And then there are about 70% coming from animals.
That's just sad.
So if we are able to block this, then we are going to be healthy as well. So I think that's why vets, and I'm also interested in it.
That's why I went that direction, because I know it's something that you'd be doing soon. So back to the exposure. If, say, a dog bites me, me bube fu ebufu show me the ade bebo ni ti me kuno. Is that the best way to go about it?
Yeah, and I have seen a lot of that in our Ghanaian society, where a dog bites someone and they claim that, oh, the dog is behaving abnormally, and the boys in the area will kill that. They will kill that dog. Vets have no information on this dog. It makes the work difficult. When a dog bites someone, you have to call the veterinary services. If the dog is a danger to society, the vet services will contact the police and that dog will be shot.
Okay. You don't do it yourself?
No. And it even happens in cow. We have something we call mad cow. And it is still rabies. And we can have rabies in horses too. These animals can be dangerous when they have rabies because they act abnormally. And so you have to alert the vet, then the police, and that dog will be shot down. Sometimes the dog that bit the person doesn't have rabies, but you go in and kill the dog immediately. You see, normally when there's a dog bite, we assess it. We first look at the dog, we look at the vaccination history, and then we make a decision. Sometimes that dog would have to be observed for like a week or 2 weeks, because if there's rabies, we will see the signs after the incubation period, which is about 14 days. It can be more. So you don't need to kill that animal immediately.
But what if it will bite and it goes to bite another person?
That is why you have to inform the authorities. If it's extremely dangerous, then the one killing it must also be careful.
Because you also stand the risk.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've answered the question I was going to ask, but I'll think of another one. I've gone to the clinic that a dog has bitten me. What should I tell the nurse or the doctor that is going to attend to me?
Yeah, so if it's a stray dog, you must be plain. If it's a household dog, you must be plain. And I wonder why a lot of people tend to hide issues when it comes to health.
We do. They'll tell one story to the person taking their vitals, tell another story to the nurse they are talking to in the consulting room, and tell another story to the doctor that is attending to them.
Yeah.
And even that, they'll tell another story to the consultant.
You see, so it becomes difficult when you are doing that, because we've had cases where they would come and defend that the dog is vaccinated, and then now you ask for their book, they don't have. Sometimes they bring it and you realize that it's not consistent.
Yeah, the dog was vaccinated 3 years ago and they think it's okay.
Yes, and that is a problem. That vaccination must be up to date. So you must be plain with the information so that the health worker will know what to do for you. Else you go back home and then you carry the disease back home when there is help available. So one, you must be plain with the doctor. Sometimes when you are going to that hospital, you must carry the book, the pet book, that we have the records of vaccination in it. That's if it's a household dog. This is the dog that bit me. Don't go to the vet and quickly vaccinate. I've had cases where they will call me, oh, we want you to vaccinate our dog, the dog. And then what will follow is that the dog bit somebody. So the dog bit somebody, you are afraid of rabies and you are quickly vaccinating the dog. Sometimes if the one that is bitten is not part of the household, then they will try to quickly vaccinate and document and cover it. To what end? Would you be happy if the person dies of rabies? And rabies is a very deadly disease and is pathetic to watch. So it's not something to hide. It must be dealt with, yes.
So I'm going to ask a very sensitive question.
Yeah.
There's this epidemic of people now keeping pets for very sad reasons.
Mm-hmm.
They feel like it's only the pets that understand them.
Mm-hmm.
And for some people, it even goes as far as having, it even feels heavy for me to mention, having
bestiality.
Intimacy with these animals.
Yeah.
Is there anything wrong with that one too?
Yeah, you are even finding it difficult to
yeah, it's
to say it, and it is not far fetched at all, because one of the requirements of a vet clinic is to have a personal office, right? And I was speaking with the registrar on the reasons, because it's just a dog, and you brought your dog. We just have to treat the dog, and there's a table we put the dog on. Typically in our consultation room, we don't sit like this, right? We put the dog on the table after we have checked vitals and everything. You are standing by your dog, calming the dog down, and we ask you what is going on with the dog. But with time, part of the requirements is that we should have an office where the client can have a private conversation, because some of the things the dog is going through, the client will want to tell you in private, which is sad. And you look at the diseases we have, even with human intimacy, now compare it with an animal, cross species. It's a no-no. It must not be mentioned among men. But unfortunately, these are some of the things, and care must be taken. So if we are looking at not getting into contact with body fluid of animals, then this part should be out at all.
I don't know. I've read a couple of stories on social media, and I just hope that they are not true, because it's sad.
Unfortunately, they are, and care must be taken for the benefit of society. If not for you, you may go and bring something that will become an epidemic for the whole nation. Yes, because it's really bad. And that is why in our laws is there. It's a crime. Bestiality is a crime. And that is why, because we don't want you bringing a disease from animals to us. Yeah.
That's just sad. Because there's even this unverified history of HIV coming from...
Of course, yeah, the ape.
Yeah.
Yes. And then the virus is okay. The ape is okay with the simian, virus. It's there. It's not even a myth. It's there. It's proven that in the ape is the simian whatever deficiency virus is there, but immediately it crossed.
And how did they? Anyway.
How did they cross? That's
why I said the unverified facts. Some people think that it was a man that went to have some sort of intimacy with the yes, and then it started spreading in the gay society, and then it has now become a pandemic.
So it's an issue. If we are talking about zoonosis, then these are issues that must be out. And I mentioned earlier that some of the diseases or organisms are normal commensals in the animal, but immediately across species, it becomes something else altogether. And we have mutations. Organisms mutate. And just as we want to live, every tiny organism also wants to live. So if the environment is changed, it has to live.
Yeah.
Sometimes we are sick, and then those of us who understand the science, we say, oh, it is this organism that is causing me so much pain. But all that organism is doing is to live. It's trying to live and multiply. You understand? So immediately it crosses species, sometimes it has to mutate. And sometimes I look at the animals, I'm working on them, they have some diseases, and up till now, we say, oh, it doesn't affect human beings. And I'm just thinking,
does it really not?
if it crosses species, what will happen? With time, what will happen? One of it I've been thinking about, and I have a lawyer friend who asked me about it some time ago. There's this common disease in dogs. It's called parvovirus. It presents with bloody diarrhea, vomiting. I mean, it actually erodes the intestines, very deadly. Within 5 days, they are dying. And the treatment is difficult, not even treatable because it's virus. We just do symptomatic. And she asked me, does it affect humans? I said no. And she said, not yet. You see? So, and she is good because thinking scientifically like that, it's really good, you know. So it's something we have to really look at. We need to be careful in interacting with the animals. We must not go to a certain level. Even, you know, licking their face and all that. There are people who are kissing their dogs. Care must be taken.
Anyway,
Care must be taken. Yeah.
I think we always have a good conversation,
Yeah.
and you always end up teaching us so much. But by the time you realize 1 hour will be up.
It's up already.
So I just want you to, in a minute, tell us what we should take from today's conversation.
Yes, so zoonotic diseases are real. We get a lot of diseases from animals. If we are keeping animals in our households, they must be healthy. We must make sure dogs are vaccinated, they are dewormed, they are not vomiting and having diarrhea around. Children have a lower immune system. It's not too strong yet. And so their exposure to dogs and cats must be minimized. If you want to do that, you may have to call the vet to check that animal well before you introduce the animal to your child. Let's all stay safe. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope that in the future, whenever we call you, you'll be able to come and help us.
Surely.
All right. So when you hear the word zoonotic, sometimes it feels like it's just for the vets. But then today, Dr. Ahia has made it very clear that it affects all of us. It doesn't just affect the animals. And you might think it's affecting just the person involved, but it could be the starting point of a whole epidemic or a pandemic. So vaccinate your dogs and your cats, your pets, as he said. Avoid unnecessary contact. And if there's anything, reach out to the right authorities and they will be able to help you. Today I would want to say hello and congratulations to my dearest sister on her nuptials that are forthcoming. I pray that everything goes so well. And please, if you have any form of questions, you can always reach out to the numbers on the screen. And even during the week when the show is not live, and we'll be able to give you the response and the help that you need. Do well to stay safe and enjoy the rest of the week.
This September, Hope is coming. From September 21st to October 3rd, the Healing Hearts Health Mission is coming to Takoradi Mall and Nigel SDA Hospital, and it's free. Over 5,000 people will receive free general surgeries, eye operations, dental treatments, and many more. Bring your family and friends. Call 0242 316-016 or 0547-196-924 or 0545-083-973 to register for free healthcare. The Healing Hearts Medical Mission is brought to you by Hope Channel Ghana in partnership with United Service to Africa, Niger Memorial Adventist Hospital, the Adventist Church Ghana, and is supported by the Adventist Heritage Cooperative Fund, the Advent Press, and the Western Regional Coordinating Council media partners Spice FM, Beach FM, and Sky FM. Healing Hearts Health Mission, Takrady 2026, because every life deserves love and healing. Hope starts here.